I'm Christine from Pack Hacker. In this video, we're taking a look at the Timbuk2 Spirit Laptop Backpack, which I've been testing for 2 weeks. If you find this video helpful, hit subscribe so we can keep making content to help you travel smarter. Now let's jump in. Okay, so Timbuk2 as a brand is rather eco-conscious, earth-friendly, and so this bag is made from recycled polyester and nylon materials. It's a thinner material here on the front, and then a thicker material on the sides and bottom and back. So that's nice. This is the Eco Gunmetal Pop colorway, and the pop refers to the pop of color you see here on the zippers, and then also when we peek inside there's more pops of color. The zippers themselves are all YKK zippers, and this vertical one is a YKK Vislon, and then the other ones are reverse coil zippers, so they're a little thinner, these yellow ones. But they are protected by some fabric, so they don't need the zipper garages like this one does. Looking around the top here, we have a thin webbing carry handle. It's that like shiny webbing. It's comfortable enough, but it's mostly great for just hanging it up on a hook or whatnot. And then before we flip all the way around, we do have some branding here on a loop on the front here, Timbuk2, but also a good place for attaching a bike light if you're going to be riding around in the dark. And then the other brand label is also an attachment point, and it mirrors this attachment point on the other shoulder strap. And then we've got some more parading down here, and they're really just great for attaching just little things you want close at hand, whether it's, key fob or hand sanitizer, stuff like that. It's just really good to hold on to them there. They use Duraflex slides right here for the shoulder strap adjustment points, and that works out really well. Nothing slips out of place. It really stays put. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, so now that we're here at the back panel, let's talk about the harness system. We've just got 2 shoulder straps, and they're well padded. They do have some flexibility of movement, so they fit around a variety of users. They do not have any strap keepers, so there's that. You can see I have quite a bit extra just hanging out here because I have these tightened up pretty tight for myself. So you might want to, grab some Velcro cable ties or something like that if that is an issue for you. And then there are no sternum straps or hip belts either, but this is only a 16-liter bag, so don't really find myself missing it that much. But if that's important to you, keep that in mind. The back panel itself is also well padded, but you will feel like, your laptop provides a lot of structure because it takes up nearly the whole height of the bag. So you will feel that on it, but it's not uncomfortable, it's just there. Okay, so as you can see, this is, sort of a fun, casual looking backpack. You do experience a tiny bit of sagging there at the top, depending on how much you have it packed out. I have it packed out rather a lot here, so it's not sagging as much, but when you're carrying less, that's a little more noticeable. It's not that big of a deal. Also, when it is well packed out and the fit is really dialed in, you can see it's stiffer. You can see it sort of bows out from my back there. You can feel the stiffness of your device, but it's not uncomfortable. It's just, like I had said before, it's just there. So it's not uncomfortable for long periods of time, but it's not contoured to your back. So around the outside of the Spirit Laptop Backpack, we've got several pockets to talk about. This blue one is a 10-inch, this blue zipper opens a 10-inch tall pocket that spans, you can see, basically the entire width. It's about 8 inches across. And it's kind of nice because you can see it opens to this really nice high visibility liner. The plain colors have a light gray liner, but these Eco Pop colors have this high visibility pop of color, which is cool. And so this is a great place. You can see I got like a little makeup kit there. I got a wallet. And then also there is a very long key leash. So that is with this like plastic clip, works out really well. It's nice and long, so you might be able to reach things while it's just still in the bag. The only thing is then when you are packing things back in, you can run into sometimes the length of key leash doesn't always want to go back in. So it's just something to be aware of before you just try to zip it in there and it gets stuck. On the opposite side, so that was the front pocket, but on the opposite side we have another front pocket, but this one, it slides between this front pocket and the main compartment. It's shorter, it's only about, I think, 6 inches tall there. Still goes the entire width, the same 8 inches. It's just, but because it is shorter and smaller, it's a good place for like hand sanitizer or lip balm. I got like a little notebook and some pens in here. Just like smaller things because they can sort of get lost on this bigger pocket. This one just keeps them a little more contained. Just sort of whatever works best for you. That's how I found worked best for me. There are also, you can see, 2 water bottle pockets. And the nice thing about them is they can hold a slender bottle like this Hydro Flask, or they can stretch because of the fabric gusset and this elastic here. They can stretch really well to hold wider bottles. So it really depends on what you need to carry, what you want to wedge in there. Of course, they are taking some room from the main compartment up, so you got to kind of pick and choose where you want to squeeze things. But they hold pretty tightly to just about any size, which is really nice. Also, they're a great spot to just toss your phone if you're only carrying one bottle because they'll hold it tight, and then you'll have a little bit more easy access if you need to. But you know, whichever way you want to do it, it's nice to have options. Okay, so let's go into the main compartment. You will see blocking the main compartment zipper, we have this fabric welt shroud covering. And so that's nice. If you get rained on, it's gonna keep water out of your gear. If you're not getting rained on, it's not always so nice because well, you can kind of see, like it gets in the way when you're unzipping and re-zipping the bag. You can see here, I've already managed to get it stuck. So, and then in that case, you just sort of have to pull it out of the way. If you are having issues, you know, you can flip it out of the way, or a lot of times I would just like zip it up with holding my fingers here like that, just sort of like shove it out of the way as it gets going. It gets harder towards the end of the zipper to do that though, and especially like if you have a water bottle in the way like this, it gets a little harder to do that, and then you may find yourself catching on it. Just something to point out because it was sort of a little bit of a daily annoyance. Just annoyance though, not a total reject, just an annoyance. So I have a lot of things in here. Even though it's a 16-liter bag, you can kind of hold a lot. And you will see what I just did is I flopped 2 of my things. I've got this air split kit and a water field dop kit here. And I flipped them out of the way because we've got this daisy chain of attachment loops where you can hook all sorts of gear that you don't want falling to the bottom, or just, you know, like I have a few packing cubes in here, but I wanted to keep my tech and my toiletries, my makeup basically, you know, within reach. And so you hook them on those and it's really easy to just flip them out of the way and then pull out your laptop or flip them out of the way and get to other things. But then it stops them from falling to the bottom if that's what you use the most. Obviously there are more attachments here. I mean, you could have a whole little garland of items going across here, but they are going to then block your laptop. So I found, I mean, you could flip them up and over, but I found it was best to use these outer 2, and I actually really ended up liking to use them just for this reason. That worked out really well. And then if you don't have so much stuff in there, it just keeps everything just right at your fingertips there, so you can see what it sort of does. Just a nice little option. Now that we've got the packing cubes out of the way, you can see we've got Timbuk2's motto here, keeping junk out of the dump since '89. And then that's on the laptop sleeve, which you can see is very thin and minimal. We've got the padding on the back, but that's about it. So it's, you know, not the most well padded laptop sleeve around, but nor is it, I mean, it works just fine. You can fit a 13-inch device in here, and there's a teeny tiny false bottom, but not much of one. So you probably also could fit the 13-inch device in a laptop sleeve if you wanted a little more protection, and that looks like you have enough room for that. So, and then the rest of it, you can see, we just got open space. So I was able to fit several packing cubes, or you can put your lunch or sweatshirt and whatnot. You really got quite a bit of space here, just not any more organization. So keep that in mind when you're figuring out what you need to bring. So there you have it, the Timbuk2 Spirit Laptop Backpack. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel, and we'll see you in the next one.